Hey there, Proclaim users. My name is Patrick. I'm a designer here at Logos. I'm one of the folks that designs content for Logos, and so we are going to be going over a couple new features that are in Proclaim that you might not know about. First of all is text rotation and pattern overlay. These are two great new features that increases your potential to design fantastic looking content. Today we are going to be creating a missions themed sermon slide. This is Paper World, which is included in our Pro Media content, and we are going to be customizing it for our specific need. So we have missions as our sermon title, and we have a tagline, ready, set, go. And we are going to be preaching on the Great Commission, which is Matthew 28:19 through 20. So let's go ahead and jump in and get started. So what I want to do is create this look. So I'm actually going to go up here to reset everything. This will instantly take everything away. So let's start from scratch. So we have missions here. I don't particularly like this font that came with this, so I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it to, let's do League Gothic. Let's change the size here to 400. When we do that, we need to increase the size of our text box to accommodate, like so. We need to rotate this text box. So in order to do this, super simple. We just grab this handle and we can rotate it in any direction that we want. We hit Control Z or Command Z if you're on a Mac to reset it. But let's go kind of at a 45-degree angle like this. This looks great. The text alignment is kind of funky, so let's make it centered, just so we kind of get it centered in that white space, so we get plenty of negative space around there. Let's make this a little bit bigger. We increase the size of the text box. Smart text is fantastic, so no matter what we type in there, it gets smaller or bigger depending upon the size of the text box. This looks great. But it's a little bit boring, right? So let's create a pattern in that. So let's kind of give it kind of a papery feel and look. So what we have is we can go up here to effects. We have all these things, drop shadow, outer glow, all those things. What we want though is we want pattern overlay. So we click this and it'll instantly throw in there the default look, which is kind of a wood grain look, which is useful and cool, but we are interested in kind of a papery look. So we go into edit, and there's all these things, stripes, kind of lines, pixely looking things, but down here there's something called distressed. So let's click that. Now instantly it'll bring up the default values, right? So it'll make it black. But we want to reverse that so the white shows through on the green and the black goes away. So we do that with something called blend modes. Now there are several to choose from. Multiply, color burn, color dodge, screen, overlay, and soft light. So multiply takes the black values and it kind of increases it with the layer. But for this case, we want the black to go away. So we're going to hit screen. This will just have the white of that texture show up. So instantly already it's giving us kind of a rough textured feel. So right now the default value for the opacity, which is kind of the transparency, is set at 70%. We're actually going to bring that to 100% to kind of bring out that texture some more. This looks great. Let's, you know what, it's not rotated properly. Let's kind of rotate it a little bit more. It's kind of bugging me. Perfect. All right, so now let's add a tagline. Our tagline for this Sunday is ready, set, go. So we're going to go up here into our content picker. We're going to go custom. We're going to drag this down. In our text field, we're going to put, make sure our caps lock is on, ready, line break, set, line break, go. Oops, go. Fantastic. This looks good. We'll change our font to League Gothic. If I can find it. League Gothic. There it is. We are going to change the size. Let's do 80. The color, let's not have green as the color. Contrast is your friend, right? So let's kind of make it a gray, just to kind of do something a little bit different. Gray looks always good with this color green. Increase the size of our text box so that the text scales up a little bit more. Oop, that's a little bit too big. Let's go back down a little bit. Let's change our alignment from left aligned to right. Now we're ready to rotate it. So again, we just drag that handle. We rotate it like so. Now we just drag it right into place. And you notice that the alignment is not quite right. There, that's perfect. That's beautiful. Right, so now let's put our verse reference in there. Matthew 28:19 through 20. So again, let's go up here. Let's go to custom. Let's drag this down to this kind of a lower third bar. Let's add the reference. Let's spell it right. Matthew 28:19 through 20. Perfect. Let's change our alignment to right. That looks great. And one of the new fonts within Proclaim is Museo Sans, which is a fantastic font, and I highly recommend it. It's a nice clean font that works well. Select that. Let's make that bold. And I like that. Let's use the color from the actual graphics, so we can use the color picker tool and sample from the actual graphic, so everything looks cohesive. Great. Now this looks great, but there's not really enough contrast. So on some projectors, that might not show up very well. Kind of a quick and easy fix for that is we go up to the effects. We're going to add outer glow. So put kind of a light behind it. That's kind of a little bit too much. We don't need that much. So we're going to bring down, the opacity like so. This will kind of give it a kind of a nice subtle pop so that when it does appear on a projection screen, it will pop off the screen. Perfect. This looks great. Let's bring the size a little bit bigger too. Awesome. Fantastic. All right, there you have it, guys. That's our missions themed graphic. Thank you so much for listening, and definitely if you want to find more about smart media or our pro media subscription, visit proclaimonline.com, where you right now we're offering 30 free days of Proclaim and pro media, which is a part of this content. So it's a fantastic deal, and thanks for listening.